Well, hello everyone. Welcome to our second episode of Jersey Chasers. I am Christy Acutie here with my amazing co-host Autumn Chisholm. Did I say that right?
Yes,
Did I say that? Okay,
you
good.
said it correctly.
Awesome. I didn't even practice. I'm so proud of myself. Anyway, we've got a great show for you guys tonight. I'm going to let Autumn go ahead and take the stage first and give you some information on what's going on in the MLB.
Yeah, we got our no cap recap here. We're going to start with Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball playoffs started this past week. Actually started about 2 days ago. So at the end of the season, every team imploded that you could think of. So the Guardians end up winning out the season on a walk-off hit by pitch, which knocked out the Houston Astros. For the first time in 10 years, they are not in the playoffs. The New York Mets had the best record in June. They were knocked out of the playoffs by the Miami Marlins. And it's just been a crazy week. So, yesterday we had a full slate of games. The wild card round started. So we had the Guardians lose, unfortunately, to the Tigers. We had the Cubs winning against the Padres. We had the Dodgers winning against the Reds. And we had a Yankee collapse, which I'm all here for. I love it when the Yankees collapse, even though I don't like the Red Sox either. Can't stand them. But today, the tides kind of turned. So
Uh-oh.
far we've had the Guardians win against the Tigers, series all tied up, which tomorrow the series will finish out. So whoever wins will go on to play, I think, Toronto. Yes, I think Toronto. And then we'll see what the other teams do. But so far, so good. We've kind of had like a crazy um I'm gonna say like not even a week, 5 days. It's been the most insane 5 days. Um,
Well, that's
also
pretty
in
good.
some, yeah, also in some other news, today we had Chase DeLauder start his first game, which is not the first time a Cleveland pitcher has started their first game in a playoff series. This actually happened before. It was announced a couple weeks back that Clayton Kershaw was retiring, so this is his last playoff run, and then both the Angels and the Giants um are without managers. Ron Washington decided to retire, and the Angels posted a picture that made him look like he was dead, which was crazy. They literally posted him in his like full manager uniform with clouds around him. And if you looked at it, you're like, oh my God, what happened to Ron Washington? And it's like, nope, nope, no.
So it
He
looks
just,
like a memorial
it
because
really
they're like
does.
angels, right?
Yeah, so I get it what's supposed to be, but it looks crazy. The Angels have their own issues. They're being sued by former late pitcher Tyler Skaggs' family for like $700 million in his death. But also the Giants, they are without a manager now, so it's been a crazy 5 days. But this is my favorite time in MLB because literally anything can happen. I saw a creator on TikTok talk about how every year there's a team with like weird blood magic,
Oh,
like you could tell they sacrificed like a goat or something.
like the Jobu in his shrine.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was like, it's always one of those teams that like come out of the woodworks that you're like, they shouldn't be in the playoffs, but somehow
Yeah.
they're in the playoffs. And like there are multiple teams like that this year. So I'm like hesitant but excited. Of course I want Cleveland to win. I kind of want Cincinnati to win because I think it would be the greatest MLB
In
crash out
state.
to see two Ohio teams in the playoffs. Not
Ohio
only
would be
play, Ohio versus Kentucky, yes, because Cincinnati is in Kentucky, people. It is in Kentucky. It's not in Ohio. It is in Kentucky. So we're gonna continue our no cap recap. Christy, tell
Yes.
us what's going on in the NFL.
All right. So, you mentioned the Giants and MLB. I'm going to mention the Giants in the NFL because My dream rookie duo got their start. Jackson Dart got his start this past weekend. And it was the first time in 2 decades that a rookie started against an undefeated team and defeated them. And he did amazing. Okay, so he actually passed for 111 yards and a touchdown. He rushed for 54 yards and a touchdown. He was, let's see, 13 for 20 on passing, which is, it's okay. But I'm so super glad that he got his start and he looked great because this is who I, of course, wanted. But unfortunately, we didn't get. But anyway, speaking of Cleveland, the Browns, we lost again. But in good news, there's 3 other teams that are doing worse than us than the NFL, and that would be the Saints, the Jets, and the Titans, which seeing the Titans do so poorly is kind of like making me like a little bit warm and fuzzy because one of my best friends wanted Cam Ward as our quarterback, and he's not doing so well for himself. But anyway, in other news, Green Bay almost spectacularly lost again against the Cowboys, but the Cowboys ended up coming back and in overtime they tied. And this is the first time since 1969 that the Cowboys have ended a game in a tie. So that was kind of weird. And then
Abolish ties in the NFL.
we should. I mean, they should do overtime like college football overtime, in my opinion. Like,
Yes.
and I know my opinion is a very popular opinion amongst NFL fans because it's just smart. It makes sense.
I was actually at that Brown Steelers tie.
Really?
7 years. That day was crazy.
It wasn't a loss though.
It wasn't a loss. My brother did yell out because my brother's a big Steelers fan, which is
He
crazy.
was jumped on his head.
No, he yelled to the Browns fans behind us. He turned and he said, "We both lose."
Oh.
I said, "What?" That was the
Yeah,
first time I'd ever
we both win.
experienced that. I was like, "A tie? Like you
Yeah.
guys are a professional football franchise." So
Doesn't happen very
honestly,
often.
yeah, once a year somebody ties, and it's always stupid.
Well, there's ours early in the season. But
Yep.
and my last and final football news. You all may not know this, but it is on record and on Facebook. Yesterday, Tuesday morning, September 30th of 2025, I correctly predicted at 8:53 a.m. that Dylan Gabriel would be starting this Sunday in London for the Browns against the Vikings. Now it's weird because Ray's like, "Oh, where's your source?" And I was like, "ESPN Cleveland." I don't know. It was here and here. It's just it's somewhere in. I mean, in those that know me, know there's like weird stuff going on up here. But anyway, I've been right about these weird things before. Like I knew Urban Meyer was going to come out of retirement and coach Ohio State. I correctly predicted on another show on TMDE with my good buddy Marcus, and I think Robo Pete was also on with me that show. It was when the Rams were going to play Cincinnati in the Super Bowl, and I said that OBJ would not finish the game, so he would not be able to claim his ring. That's all I said. I did not wish injury on this man. I did not wish any harm on him. I did not wish him turf toe. All I said was he would not be able to claim the ring. And I have also correctly predicted on another show, TMD, once again, that Sean Payton would go to Denver as the new head coach there. So, and when LeBron came back to Cleveland, I knew he was going to come back to Cleveland too. So it's call it woman's intuition, call it black magic, call it witchcraft. I don't know. I mean, it's just, I get these weird things and I believe in them and I put them out there and look what happened.
It's just like a clairvoyance a little bit.
Maybe. I can see the future sometimes, but like And it wasn't like I literally like saw Coach Kev saying, "Yeah, we're gonna put in Dylan." I didn't see it in writing or anything. It was just a feeling, like an overwhelming feeling, like this is gonna happen, and it had.
Yeah, I think the first 4 games. Now I've said this since they re-signed Joe Flacco. I always said the first 4 games are gonna kind of be like his test to see if he's gonna make it through the season, and we've seen through the first 4 games that he was not gonna make it through the season. So I knew whoever they drafted or acquired was gonna be the quarterback for the rest of the season. Now, do I think Dylan Gabriel is going to be the quarterback for the rest of the season? I think that depends on how he does. I think if he does okay, I think if he at least gets them to a point where they can win against the Vikings on Sunday, maybe. But I think he has to have at least kind of like the 4 games under his belt. If in 4 games they don't see any improvement, the team's still the same, then I think they're either going to go back to Joe Flacco, or they're going to try to start Shador, which I don't think they should. I think Shador should sit for this whole year. I think he should learn. I think he should take everything in and then start next year. But I think it's honestly going to be between both Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco. I genuinely think that. Do I have a lot of high hopes for Dylan? Like, yeah, it's just kind of like a feeling of like I don't think that they're gonna throw Shador in this season. I think he has too much around him that just is like if we throw him in, maybe he'll win a game or two. But I'm like, I don't want it to be another Johnny Manziel situation where he got thrown in at the end of the season and everybody was kind of right about him. But I don't know. It's just it's gonna be a weird season for them.
I don't see Shador though letting his father down like Johnny Manziel let everybody down because like it was obvious that Johnny didn't know what the hell he was doing out there on the field. And I think if they put Shador out there, he would definitely definitely be more prepared than Johnny ever was. And it wasn't just Johnny that got thrown out there as our rookie quarterback and got killed. I mean, think about all the other guys that they did open up their playbooks and they still got destroyed because of the fact that we didn't have the proper offensive line at the time. And right now, our offensive line is still a little shaky. Now,
Yeah,
Dylan Gabriel's got some fast little legs on him. I've seen that little duck run. Okay. He did it against Ohio State.
he did. He did. I'm always nervous about rookie quarterbacks because they're either gonna go one of 2 ways. Like I think I talked about this on last episode where I'm like rookie quarterbacks can either be like Baker Mayfield his first year or they could be Josh Rosen. Like they could either be amazing and they could come out and they could be
Jackson
Hall
Dart.
of Fame. Yeah, Jackson Dart. They could even be Lamar Jackson like coming out. But honestly, I just hope I always hope that the Browns can find a quarterback. I always have hoped that. I thought they had one in Baker. I don't think it was necessarily the Andrew Berry decision. I think they let a lot of people
You see the
see.
jersey. I
I think
mean,
they let a lot of people influence their decision. I think if they would have given Baker some time to recover, then he would have been fine. But I think it
we
was it
don't
was a
know
lot.
though. There was the whole
Yeah,
thing with OBJ and his dad, and it's like we don't even. We still we'll never know.
that's
We'll
what I'm
never.
like. That's what I'm like. I kind of am just like, there was so much going on at that time that I'm like, they just kind of probably wanted to be like, you know what, let's just move on right now. Like, we have like a whole brand new team, but it's the Browns.
Maybe,
Anything can
maybe
happen.
they had too many superstars at that time because when you looked
Yeah.
at the roster, every single one of them was badass. I mean, like I hate to say it, but Jarvis, OBJ, Chubb, Miles, Ward, Baker, like we did not have a guy on the team. Well, besides, oh shoot, what was his last name? He was the wide receiver. Um, he would drop
Was
every single pass. Number 10. I want to say Sandejo, but I know that's not right.
was it who's his name? Higgins?
No,
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 not Hollywood.
no, not
Um
Hollywood. No, I have Hollywood's autographed jersey right there. Anyway, But he was awful, and they got rid of. But anyway, we had so many superstars on that team. So was it too many big heads in the locker room? You know, and
Probably.
who knows? But anyway, let's talk about. You were talking about clairvoyance and also like black magic and stuff like that. You went to Salem, Massachusetts recently.
Yeah,
Did you curse fell
last
on
yeah,
us.
ironically enough, when we ended the podcast last week, I had to finish packing because we were leaving early the next morning. So yeah, one of my best friends and we've been planning this trip for a while. And we did the typical like thing of we went to TikTok, we found out all the places you can go, all the restaurants, and we kind of like decided on where we wanted to go. Plane ride there was fine.
Okay, so what would
Cle-
you claim this tour like was named, like that you guys were going on? Was it a ghost hunting tour, witch hunt tour? Like,
um, well, my friend's a big Hocus Pocus fan, and I'm
okay,
a big history fan. So I love history. Like that was my favorite subject in school. That was the thing I did the best in. I was in honors classes the whole time, so I love
girl.
history. So for me, I was like, oh, this is gonna scratch my history nerd brain because I'm like, it's about the Salem witch trials. If you don't know,
Yeah.
a bunch of women essentially just did things that were unordinary, and an entire town came together and it was like, yeah, we got to burn you guys at the stake. We yeah, you're not normal.
Kids were blaming
So
other kids for being witches. It was bad.
yeah, there's a whole book about it called The Crucible. Like you'll read it in high school. Like it's a
Yeah.
crazy, crazy time. So yeah, we got there Thursday morning at like 9:30 ish. We didn't get to Salem until 1 o'clock because
Okay.
we had to take a bus and like 4 different trains to Salem. Yeah,
Oh my
so we had to take a bus to like 3 different. So we took it to one train station, and then from one train station we took like 3 different trains, and then we got to this like commuter rail because they have like a commuter train, which I'm like, okay, that seems simple.
no.
We kind of got like cussed out
Oh my god.
because we apparently bought the wrong ticket, even though we like ran to the like conductor and we're like, is this the train to Salem? Is it leaving? And he's like, yeah, this is the train. So we like showed them the ticket, and the guy just was like in his typical Massachusetts masshole kind of way, told us that we bought the wrong ticket. And I'm like, okay, like starting off the trip crazy. When we got there, it was very, very rainy, very, very cold. We stayed at this place called the Cove. Shout out to the Cove. The Cove was very, very nice. It was beautiful. Um, we went to explore, and this is where I'm gonna say it was like, okay, what's going on here?
Uh-oh.
So everywhere you go in Salem, there's like a thing on the door that's like only people who are patrons can use the bathroom. Now I know that sounds crazy, right? Like, why am I gonna go on a rant about this? I promise you, when I tell you why, it's crazy. So, like, everywhere we went had this sign, like everywhere we went, and I'm like, who? Like, why is this such a big
Right.
deal? Nobody ever explained it. It was just such a big deal. So one store didn't have that sign. They had a completely different sign. It was like, hey, scan this QR code to see the locations of the bathrooms. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So if we need to go use the bathroom here, we can go. Christy, I promise you, what I'm about to tell you is nuts.
Oh no.
So I scan the QR code and I'm like scrolling and I'm like, are these locations of porta potties?
Oh my god.
So if you walk around Salem, there's on different streets, there's just like where there's a parking spot, there's a bunch of porta potties. And you're like, why is there porta potties? So instead of like letting people come in and just use the bathroom, you have to use the porta potty that's on the street. Unless you're a paying customer.
That's just weird.
It was so weird.
I've never seen like a downtown area like that before.
It wasn't just downtown, it was, like, everywhere you went, like, even, like, in the suburbs, like, yes, like and they're all owned by the same company. I think it was, like, the Throne King or something like that, it was so weird. But, yeah, it was like, when I say I, like,
He's gonna
went to
stage up.
I was like, "Okay, so is there gonna be, like, other things?" Nope, just a bunch of locations of porta potties. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
That's just so random though, like, to I don't know,
To put porta potties around your city is crazy,
right?
is
They're
insane,
stinky too.
and very stinky.
And plus
Um,
there's kids that are hooligans and they'll knock them over.
yeah, and I'm like, "Wow, this is
I mean,
nuts."
like,
So
especially in Salem, I would think there'd be tons of kids knocking porta potties over all the time.
oh my god, no, everything closed at 5. Everything closed at 5, so we
Gotta get home
luckily,
before the
like
sun goes down.
yeah, everything closed at 5. The food was mid, not even gonna lie, food was mid. I expected more from the Northeast. Food was mid. Um,
Oh, there's
like, it was
Massachusetts.
yes, it is. It's my 2nd time in that area, and I'm like, "This is crazy that this
I've
is
only
like,
been up
it
there
didn't get
once.
better."
Yeah, I've only been up there once because I have a friend that lives up there. She lives like near Connecticut though also. So like I flew into Connecticut
Lucky.
and like her backyard looked like the Blair Witch Project woods. Like, yeah. So
That's
needless to
crazy.
say, whenever it got dark, I did not go outside.
I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, so, like, food was mid, everything's a tourist trap, everything costs at least $40 to $50 to
Mm,
do.
yeah.
Um, they have a whole bunch of scam walking tours, like, you have to book one that went with an official, like, Salem, like,
Oh
based,
yeah.
like, museum. All their museums are just weird. It was just a weird time. Then we had to go back to Boston, and my friend got caught in TSA. They didn't believe that she was the person that she was. And she's like, I look the same in my ID. It was nuts. It was
Wow.
nuts. I'm gonna
That's
just say
good. Aw.
to anybody watching or listening to this later on, go to Salem, make it an afternoon trip. You'll be good. Don't make it a weekend trip.
Don't
Make an
don't
afternoon
go for
trip.
a
You'll
couple
be
days.
fine. You'll be
Aw.
good. Um,
That sucks that you had such a bad time because you were looking so forward to it because 'cause you're such a history buff, so that sucks.
and I was just very disappointed. The food just made me mad. It just made me mad. I just was
That's
like, wow.
I think I told you last week, I'm not a big food person, but the best food I had recently was when we went on our cruise, and I'll tell you what, it was just Carnival because I'm cheap, plus they owed
Hey,
me money, but, it was amazing. Me and my husband were so relaxed, and the food, like, I don't normally eat that much food, and he doesn't either. He ate so much. He ate a steak dinner, and then he saw that I had prime rib, and he's like, "Oh, that looks really good." So he ordered a prime rib dinner, and he ate that too. And he had his salad before that. So he had 2 steak dinners pretty much and dessert. And he had tacos prior to this because he loves the tacos on the ship. And so we could have got to bed later on, and he's like, "I can't sleep." He ended up walking around this with this the deck for 2 hours, comes back, still couldn't sleep, still was feeling full. So he goes out on the balcony, laid the chair down out there, ended up falling asleep, woke up getting stormed on.
that's crazy.
What's even crazier is meanwhile I'm sleeping through all this.
Oh, that would have been me. I would have been knocked out. I went to sleep at like 9 o'clock. I told my friend, I was like, "Am I washed?" I'm like, "I'm 30. Going to sleep at 9 o'clock is crazy."
I usually wake up to every single little noise. So I'm surprised I didn't hear him at all because those doors aren't quiet to go out on the balconies. But oh man, it was hilarious. But
Nah.
anyway,
It
we
was
got
it
other
was
things to talk
just
about.
yes, we do. Let's talk some bench talk. I just there's one person that's going on my bench this week.
Oh,
Kathy Engelberg.
oh,
Kathy Engelberg. You are on my bench. Lady, you
Oh,
are not moving from the bench. Okay, so let's talk about the WNBA.
let's go.
This has been okay, so the WNBA, it's been nuts. It's been nuts. I told you already, the Indiana Fever. Well, let's start off with the Indiana Fever because this actually has to do with Kathy Engelbert. So the Indiana Fever, team based in Indiana. If you know anything about Indiana sports, they love, 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 love basketball. That is their passion. They are obsessed with it. So on their team, they have two former number one draft picks in Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. Caitlin Clark is Caitlin Clark. She's probably the most polarizing player in her now 2 years in the league. Her Sophie, I don't know her last name. I think it's Cunningham. I don't really want to learn it. She's not a nice person. And then another player called himself the Bench Mob. Now, if you hear the name the Bench Mob, what would you think?
Think that it's a couple of backups that are sitting on the bench all the time, like maybe just cheering on their team.
Or
At
wouldn't
least
you
I'm
think it would be
hoping.
like important players that are coming off the bench that are like affecting like the game?
Well, mob's always like a bad thing.
Right?
So could be bad for the other team. Yeah, the bench mobs.
Um these three are all out for the season
Oh,
and they have no like excuse even being on the bench. So they're at a part of the bench where like the current players that are playing on the team should be. Those players actually have to walk further down. So it's going to take them longer to get up to get on the floor. Yeah, it's crazy, crazy, right? So they decided against their series against the Atlanta Dream, which was a series before this one, to stand in the middle of the court. A police officer was trying to get them off the court. They decided to be very ignorant and stand in the middle of the court. And one of the players decided to post a caricature of that. And it was very, very insensitive. She
oh,
apologized, but she kept it up for 9 hours. Sophie Cunningham, yeah, that is her last name, Cunningham. She is the most unlikable player in the WNBA. She was asked about Cleveland, Detroit, and one other city that got WNBA announcements this past year. She tried to say, who wants to go to Cleveland or Detroit? Like, why would we want to fly there? And everybody was like, well, you're playing in Indiana. So, what's going on here?
right.
What's going on? And then we
Yeah,
have
it's not like
Caitlin
she's
Clark.
down in here in Miami or something.
Yeah, everybody's like, girl, like you're in Indiana. Like calm down. You're in Indiana. She just is something. Let's just say that. But what that has to do with Kathy Engelbert, that actually has to do with a conversation that MVP runner up this year, Nafisa Collier had. She had her exit interview, and on Friday, she actually ended up getting hurt really, really bad in her game against the Phoenix Mercury. Ironically enough, the team Sophie Cunningham used to play for. And she collided with another player, and it was very clearly a foul. And so Nafisa came out in her exit interview and she revealed that before this season, she was talking to Kathy Engelbert, who is the WNBA commissioner, by the way. And she was like leveling some concerns at her and saying, like, hey, Kathy, like, I think we have some issues with like officiating, which they do. They probably are the worst officiated league out there. And she told Nafisa the only teams that complain about officiating are the losers.
Mm.
Which is crazy to say as a commissioner. Then Nafisa also asked about Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige Buckers, who have brought tons of revenue to the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
And Kathy told Nafisa that Caitlin should be glad that she has this platform because without this platform, she would be nothing. I'm
Oh,
paraphrasing.
right.
So yeah, she's on my bench this week because you are the leader of a of an entire league, and you
Right.
say that to your players?
Well, and also, like, I mean, us as women, we have a hard enough time fighting for, wanting to be recognized like the men do. And for a woman that is in a power position to talk like that about these other women that are, should be treated like her children. I mean, if I was in that type of position, that's how I would be. I would be like, you guys are all my babies, and I'm going to take all good care of you. I love you all.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady sounds like she's an evil stepmom.
She is. She has had moments where she doesn't know her players' names. So she'll be presenting an award. And like at least if you're gonna present an award, get their names right, right? No,
Write it
she
down.
didn't.
Look at it.
Look at it. Yeah, she genuinely doesn't know her players' names. Last season in a terribly officiated finals against it was the New York Liberty against the Minnesota Lynx. The Lynx end up losing. Liberty end up winning. Kathy shows up to game 5 to the trophy presentation with a dress on with the New York skyline.
Oh.
You
Well, I
are the
guess I was in for
commissioner of women's basketball. Why would you show up in a dress on with the New York skyline? And you're supposed to be impartial.
Was that September 11th? I mean, like, what is there at least some kind of excuse behind there? I mean,
No, she just said
that'd
she
be like
really
Michael
liked the
McDowell showing
dress.
up with a team's jersey on to the draft.
Literally, that it would literally be like honestly, it would be like Adam Silver, one of the years the Cavs lost, like showing up and be like, "Hey, I'm wearing a Golden State Warriors jersey," and it's like, "Why are you
Right.
wearing a Warriors jersey? Like, what's the
Yeah.
problem?"
Yeah.
So she's on my bench. She's on my bench. Her league is so profitable right now, so amazing. Some of the best basketball you've seen played.
Yeah.
Their finals are set to begin this Friday. It's going to be the Aces versus the Mercury. The Mercury, I don't understand how they made it. I don't get it. They blew up their team, Christy. Like when I say
Yeah.
blew up their team, like they traded away everybody, acquired a bunch of veterans. They had some young players. Two of their best players, one left because she retired. Shout out Diana Taurasi, the GOAT. Brittany Grider left in free agency. They traded
Right.
Sophie Cunningham, ironically. They traded a bunch of players away. They lost a bunch of assets. It was a report during the season came out that they are the worst team at security protections, the entire Phoenix organization.
Oh.
And somehow they made it all the way to the finals.
Well, yeah. Crazy things have happened.
Yeah, and then the Aces, they were 15-15 halfway through the season. They got blown out by I think it was the Liberty, either the Liberty or the Fever. They got blown out by one of those two teams. They made it. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's why I love sports, but I don't get it. But
Always comes down to the finals and the playoffs. The playoffs, you could be the highest seed going in,
and you could
and be the
lose.
last man standing.
Yeah, so we have that. We also have two coaches losing their jobs. The Dallas Wings coach, finally, that man is gone. He was terrible.
I was gonna say, I think you didn't like him.
Oh my god, he was one of the worst coaches I've ever seen. When I say there are so many videos of his players getting like visibly frustrated to be like, why are you making this play? And then the Dallas Wings actually, after the season, came out and was like, yeah, no, we don't have any plans to get rid of him. Yeah. Yeah, so it's one of those moves where the players probably were like, yeah, we are not going to play for him next year, like at all. And then in the more surprising move, the New York Liberty, who were the defending champions, fired their coach.
Oh.
Coach Sandy, very good coach, like amazing lady. She got fired. A lot of people think she's going to go to Dallas or to Seattle. Seattle's coach also stepped down. But we'll see what happens with the coaching situation. That's like something for later on in the season. And then one more other thing is the Lynx coach, Cheryl Reeve, lost her mind on Friday also
Oh,
after Nafisa Collier got injured. And
it
she
happens.
came out, yeah, in her post game, and she was, whoo, she let the league have it.
Yeah.
So then the league suspended her for a
Oh.
game, and it
Oh.
was the game she needed to win.
Oh
So
man.
I don't know what kind of dark magic is going on in the WNBA.
You
I
did
don't.
not do well at your Salem trip.
Oh no! Did I bring back a curse with me? What's going on?
Hopefully we can reverse the curse because there's just too many curses going on, especially in Cleveland. But
Way too many.
yeah, so
Knock on wood.
well, uh, on our final note, we wanted to touch on our guilty pleasure, which of course right now is Love Island games. I did see the A New Love is Blind series came out. The first, I
Yes.
think, like first 6 or 7 episodes is out, but I'm gonna wait until a week from today to watch more. I'm still watching Love is Blind France anyway.
Yeah, this is the time where it's the pod episodes.
Yes.
I honestly, since season one again, we talked about this last week. Season one, best season of the show. Like you cannot beat
Oh,
that season. But like after season one, the pod episodes are so boring.
they drag them out a lot.
And I'm like, please, like, give me 3 pod episodes. That's all we need. We do not
Yeah.
need 12 of these. Give me
No,
3 pod
because
episodes.
they could shorten the segments of everybody and we would still get the idea. If we saw a total of 20 minutes of this dude dragging along these two chicks, that's better than 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, I do have one problem. I'm like, okay, I hate the fact that they just introduce everybody at the beginning of the season. It's like 40 people that they introduce and they focus on 5. And I'm like, just don't even do that. Don't even do that.
Right. Right.
Just introduce me
Because
to the ones I need to know.
yeah, because then you get the names all mixed up and you're like, wait, I thought that was especially like I said, I'm watching France right now. So I'm definitely not going to start this new season of the American one until I'm done with France. But France, they finally got done. I'm through their honeymoon and now they're getting ready to all go home. But like half
Oh,
of them
yeah.
aren't even staying together. And it's like,
That's the other thing. I'm like, I don't want to follow a couple that's not going to stay together. Like the
mm,
US does this all the time where they like what was it? It was Jeremy. He spelled his name like Jeremy, but it's Jeremy. And what was the girl? Jeremy and Laura. Remember them? He cheated on her with what's the other chick's name?
are you talking about the girl that said she looked like Megan
No, it was that season.
oh,
It was
okay.
that season. Uh is it Sarah Ann? Was her name?
I don't
Yeah.
know. So long
So
ago.
yeah, like he cheated on Laura because she caught him because he was like, yeah, I was with a bunch of people and Sarah Ann just happened to be there.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, okay, that's fun. I like that kind of drama. Like, give me that.
Yeah.
But if they break up off screen, I don't want to see them anymore.
Right, I
Like,
want to see what all happens on screen. They did that with the UK season 2. One of the guys was engaged, obviously, and they had just met all the people from the pods. And the fiance wasn't feeling good. She wanted to go home. He wanted to go back out with everybody. So he ended up going back out with everybody, meeting up with one of the girls that he dated in the pods. And then somehow they ended up in a photo booth arguing. Like, and none of that was ever caught on camera. And it's like all of the people from the pods were all still hanging out together. Why did the cameras stop?
yeah, I know. Like, this the other thing. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna show me the pods, show me the relationships between everybody.
Yeah.
You showing me like the most minuscule things of this one random girl. I'm like, how? Like, what? Or we'll find out like later on, like, because I know with season one, like there was actually, I think they said it was like 8 couples got engaged and they only expected like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there was a whole like love triangle that we didn't get to see.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys are cutting out the best
We found out
parts.
after the fact.
Yeah, we found out like
I
years
think it's
later.
reunion. Oh, it
Yeah.
wasn't the reunion? I thought it was a reunion.
No, it was, I think it was like during season 2, they all were talking about it. They were like, yeah, like there was a whole love triangle. There was like multiple people who also got engaged.
It
It
just
was
sucks that a lot of
crazy.
them try to do it to get on TV now. And it's like, the concept is so awesome. And now they're ruining it for other people that actually want to take it seriously.
Yeah,
Like,
if I see their occupation as influencer, I already know. I'm like, like,
no, that's all the Love Island people.
speaking of Love Island,
Yes.
Love Island games. I think we're like
Oh, my poor
halfway through.
people.
So wait, there were 4 eliminations. So 4
Yeah.
people went home. So you have
Yes.
Marvin, who was the first ever bombshell for Love Island France. Andreina, that's my girl. I knew Johnny was gonna do her dirty. I knew it. I could have called
But
it.
he had a talk with her.
And he told her, he was like, I'm gonna still mess with you.
Right?
Johnny is
But you're not
evil
stimulating my
personified.
mind. Yeah.
I'm so sick of them men trying to say that she's boring. You're boring. That girl is beautiful. If
Well,
you,
that's the thing. They're going after just her body and they're not getting to know her first.
yeah,
And I mean, obviously, they're all running around in bikinis anyway. So yeah, that's all the guys are gonna focus in on is, ooh, look at her ass. I
and I'm
mean,
like, that
Andrea
girl is,
even said they were gonna miss her butt.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Honestly, she's kind of growing on me. Josh is still not gonna grow on me. He's who he is.
Yeah, he
Um,
gives me the
but
ick.
But yeah, Johnny, I could have told anybody from a mile away he was gonna do Johnny behaviors, and then look at him, already moved on to the bombshell that came in.
And
Um,
she, oh man, what? I'm sorry, but when she first came on, I was like, is that a man? Like, like her face just has such a manly structure, and I feel bad saying that because I never want
is
to
she
put another woman down.
is she
But
British?
yes,
I know what it is. I know what it is. It's not that she looks like a man. She has bad filler.
she's
No,
got so much work done. Oh my god, that woman has so her lips are like
yeah, she has bad filler. I actually learned from not this past season, but the season before that of Love Island UK. So season 10?
okay,
No, yes, season 10. That you know how like in America we have to go to like a med spa if you want to get some filler or something like that.
right,
Like you go to a med spa, you go to a
yeah,
actual medical clinic. Not in the
right.
UK.
No,
Apparently, if like
I'm
if you know somebody that does eyelashes, somebody could be like, "Oh yeah, I do filler too," and they just are injecting people with filler. Yeah.
oh jeez. So they could be like
So
an anesthetician and they can just
they don't even have to be an esthetician.
oh Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
they could
scary.
just be yeah, they could just be anybody. And apparently like it's so common over there for like girls to have like filler. And I know what it is. They kind of look like Squidward. Like their face is
Yeah.
so sharp. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
because they have like filler and then they don't let the swelling go down from the filler. So they just look insane.
Oh. Yeah,
And they're
it's crazy.
also young and they're getting filler. So
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. Johnny's gonna use that girl until the next bombshell comes in. He's gonna ride that coattail. He wants that
Yeah.
250K. He got 2 miles to feed. Okay, so this past, I think it was Tuesday, yesterday. Yes,
Yes.
because there's
Well,
no episodes on Wednesday. It's a Thursday
yeah.
through Tuesday schedule. Nicola and Kendall are sent home.
Poor Nicola.
I don't understand why she wanted to go against Garby. Garby is a very good player.
I guess so. I actually didn't take Garby very seriously either. Like I looked at her as maybe like Lucinda, it's
Lucinda,
like
Lucinda.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart, but I don't see her putting a lot of muscle into the games. And that's how a lot of people looked at Garby and, just, oh man. But Nicola taking one of those bags to the face.
Face. Whoo,
Ouch.
it looked like it hurt too.
Yeah, it did.
But I will say this, on this season of Love Island Games, what's happening is different from last season of Love Island Games. A lot of the first of all, the men are just terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Like they picked the most demonic men you could think of. They literally, the producers came together and said, okay, all the worst men from Love Island across every franchise. Let's just put them into one house. Let's put them into one house.
So what
And
you're saying is we're going to see Rob again.
honestly, if I see Rob on my television screen, that would make the best television. That because Andrea was obsessed with him, and
Yes.
she don't want to admit that she was obsessed with him. She was obsessed with him.
Mm-hmm.
If he came back, honestly, that would make my year. But honestly, I'm trying to think of who they could include from the other Love Island franchises. Now, I know there was rumors that Ben and Alima from this past season in the UK, they were rumored to be on, but I think they're gonna go on UK All Stars. I don't think they're gonna be on Love Island Games. And then there was a rumor that Cindy and Edgar, who both won their season of Love Island France, they could be coming back, which Cindy's kind of someone that likes the attention, so I can see her coming back. But
who was Kendall's ex from his season? I can't remember.
Nicole.
Yes,
I don't think she. I don't think she would.
Got bad filler too, but and her teeth. Oh man, who did her teeth? They did her wrong, but she posted a picture of a airport waiting lounge recently.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought if they were gonna bring Nicole in, they would have brought her in early. Kind of like how they did Sydney. Yeah, kind of like how they did Sydney with Isaiah, which I could have called that. I knew Sydney was gonna be there. Like everybody knew Sydney was gonna come there. Their breakup was terrible. We all knew.
Isaiah didn't even recognize her.
Yeah, because she's a redhead usually.
Yeah,
she's usually a redhead
now, and she lost a lot of weight. Oh my gosh, did she lose a lot of weight?
Yeah, she was on last season of Australia, which by the way, Love Island Australia is starting soon. When I tell you, outside of US last year, Australia was my favorite franchise because they were so much more unhinged. So much more unhinged. Crazy. You need to watch it.
So there's a dating show that I watched that
it's no judgment here. I watch them all too. It's no judgment.
Dating Naked.
Okay.
Did you watch it?
No, but I've heard of it.
Oh my! It's something else because
is it like Naked and Afraid?
Huh?
Is it like Naked and Afraid?
Well, it's exactly like Love Island, but they're naked. Yeah. And since it's from the UK, it's non-censored.
So you're just seeing.
So on that note, I think we should end the show for this evening. Autumn's got to go check out that now.
wait.
You next week on it.
Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna look that up
this week.
I'm gonna look that up. I do want to touch on some pop culture stuff before we go.
Yes, go ahead.
Bad Bunny gonna headline the halftime show. Very excited. He is a very good performer. I don't usually promote stuff. Go to Amazon Prime and watch his concert. He's a fantastic performer. We had a rap beef. Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. Listen to Cardi B's album. Am I the Drama? It's very good. Yes, they're still having drama. It's still going. We had some really heartbreaking celebrity news. Nicole Kidman.
Oh yeah.
Keith Urban deciding to divorce. If he
Why?
pops out with a 25-year-old, wouldn't surprise me. Men are men.
He needs to stop getting so much work done.
Again, a country singer from New Zealand is already crazy. Already crazy.
Right.
Oh, Selena Gomez, shout out to her. She got married this weekend. I saw her dress.
Congratulations. Which
Beautiful
one?
dress.
She had 3.
She had 3. All 3 of them were gorgeous. All 3 of them were gorgeous. There
She's
was some
adorable.
sports connections there. Taylor Swift was there, and Taylor Swift then flew out to the Baltimore versus Chiefs game. And then we're going to have a get well soon to Dolly Parton. She's taking some time off. She's kind of sick a little bit. You know, she lost her husband earlier this year, so let's get well soon to Dolly. And then last but not least, in mediocre movie news, Happy Gilmore 2 sets a record for Netflix's highest opening. So there's a ton of
Which
stuff.
has Bad Bunny.
Which has Bad Bunny, like literally. So we kind of brought it full circle. Oh, and one last thing that actually has to do with sports. Do you know who Landry Kiffin is?
Landry Kiffin. Lane
She
Kiffin's
daughter.
Oh yeah, she's dating the player, right?
Yeah, she's dating Whit Weeks, and
Yeah.
there was a girl on TikTok who was like, "I need a reality show about Lane Kiffin and his family." Apparently, ESPN is putting one out, so there's so much going on right now in sports, popular culture. Christy, do you have anything to look forward to for next episode? By the way, also,
what?
To everyone who shared our first episode, I'm gonna give you some hearts. I love you.
Thank you for watching us.
Thank you for sharing it. I love all the feedback. Like, have you gotten any feedback?
No, nobody's talking to me. You've gotten feedback?
Yeah, I've gotten feedback. Shout out to my former co-host David. He said, "Why did I stumble in the first 5 minutes?" I said I was nervous, man. I was nervous.
We'll talk about ourselves. We don't like talking about ourselves. We'd rather talk about other people.
Yes, I'd much rather talk about the people of Love Island, how crazy they look.
Right? Trying to eat each other's faces while they make out.
But yes. So shout out to everyone who has visited the Inside Edge Network, checked out our show. I love you all. You're amazing. Now, Christy, unfortunately, show is coming to an end.
Yes, it is. Wah, wah. We've been on here long enough. Though.
Yes.
I'd be surprised if anybody's still here with us right now. We are so sorry for torturing you for so long.
We are. We're so sorry. But for next week,
yes,
we're definitely going to talk about the Browns game in London. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it especially because Ray, the singer, she's performing at halftime. I'm excited to see that. We have to talk about what happens to the Guardians. We're gonna know. We're gonna know by next week. We're gonna know. Of course, Love Island.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna watch Love Is Blind. I'm gonna watch it.
I need to watch it too. But like I said, next what's today? Wednesday. So next Wednesday, they're actually letting off more episodes. So we'll probably get caught up to when they finally release those, and then we'll get caught up again. And so
yeah. We're gonna share a bit more.
I'll get through France.
Yes, get through France. I've heard from everybody. Men on Love Is Blind are just trash across all continents. So,
hey,
what can I tell you? But we have been the ladies of the Jersey Chaser podcast here on the Inside Edge Network. Please follow the Inside Edge Network to see more content for us. And we got social handles right now. So far, we only got Instagram, but TikTok, YouTube, website, we will be up soon. We're going to do everything. Follow our Instagram, though, at Jersey Chasers Pod. And then follow Inside Edge Network on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your podcasts. We will be here. I have been your host, everyone's favorite season Autumn, also known as Anora Ball, with my co-host
Christy, a cutie, everyone's favorite cutie. We will be back next week, like we said, Wednesday. We're talking about possibly doing a live show. We're not sure. We're throwing that up in the air. You never know. But we definitely can't wait to see you guys again next week. And we'll talk to you
Yes.
soon.
We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.